yesterday, the Canadian government came out and said they're going to reclassify firearms again. They're going to reclassify certain firearms. And yeah, they're not talking about strengthening the borders and stopping illegal firearms from coming over into Canada. No, they're talking about now going back in time and also reclassifying antiques almost, or hunting rifles that are absolutely excellent for hunting, the SKS. Now, I'm ex-military, right? So I did all my pew in the service. I don't own or have anything to do with firearms in Canada or in England, but yeah, people do use hunting to survive. Indigenous use hunting to survive, and I'm pretty sure that they use these weapons to basically survive. So you have a listen. You listen to what they were saying, especially on this one point. What do you think? Do you think they're going to ban them?
It also creates challenges for lawful gun owners who deserve certainty. I want to be very clear on this point. The overwhelming majority of gun owners abide by the law. But it's become harder and harder for people who want to do the right thing to follow a classification system that is so complex. In the past, we've seen some firearm models that were designed for military use be later marketed for hunting and civilian use. The SKS, for example, was a firearm designed by the USSR for use in the Second World War. When the war was over, the surplus, of which there was a considerable volume, was dumped at a low price into the Canadian civilian market and marketed for hunting. Tackling complex issues like this one, where Russian firearms designed for one use are then marketed for hunting in Canada. It requires a thoughtful and comprehensive approach to how we classify firearms in this country.
Yeah, the government that we don't want is still interfering in Canadians' lives, and this is just another interference that Canadians do not want, and they do not want it from this government. They don't want it from this government. This government has just suppressed so much of Canadians' lives. They've overtaxed Canadians. They've got Canadians running to the food banks. They've got Canadians who can't afford to buy a house. And now they're looking at reclassifying things so that Canadians can't even go hunting. Absolutely astonishing what the limits that this Canadian government will go to suppress freedom in Canada, and how they will just divert from doing anything but the right thing, clamping down on gangs, stopping guns from entering Canada through the border, stopping illegal firearms. Like, nobody's going around Toronto with a SKS looking for other people, are they? No one's doing that. It's these type of pew-pews that they're using for crime and other such like activities that are illegal in Canada, and they are illegal. So stop catching people and letting them out on bail. What I would have liked them to have come out and done is come out and said, right, we're going to clamp down on gun crime in Canada. So what we're going to do, if you're caught with an illegal firearm, it's a mandatory 10-year sentence. That's whether you've used it or not. If you're caught with one, or if you're caught with any gun paraphernalia, like it's a 10-year sentence. Yeah. So why didn't they come out and do something like that? And there's no catch and release for firearms offences. Why don't they do that? They don't do anything like that. They're not even coming out and doing anything like that. That's where the focus should be, on the criminals and on the illegal activities that they're pursuing, not reclassifying and let's get antiques off. Let's get antiques out of people's cupboards in the granddad's basement. Yeah.